It's 2024. Is this the year you're gonna start live streaming or possibly start a YouTube channel? What's been holding you back? Is the tech been holding you back? Trying to figure out how to get a camera that looks good quality, or you've done that already and it's been over your head and you're like, I'm just using my phone and that looks better. Are you happy with this image quality? Live streaming, it's just growing year after year, and you've been saying you're gonna start for the last 3 years. Get started. This is the camera. Go out and get yourself an Osbot Tail Air, and you can use it in your studio. You can use it for live streaming. I've also done a few other videos that you might want to take a look. I'll put those right up here to help you sort out and make it easier to use this camera even more. In comparison to a mirrorless camera, I think this is going to be a breeze for you to set up. This is going to grow with your needs, and I think you need to take a look at this camera, and I'm going to show you in my studio, and we are using this camera right now, and this is what it looks like. And I have another one in the back of my room where I replaced my Sony a6400, and I put this camera, the Osbot Tail Air, on a slider. And this is the image that I have. And I want to help you make a decision so you don't have to second guess whether or not you think this camera is worth it or not. And I'm going to show you how I use this camera in the back here on the slider and also on a C-stand. And that's how you may want to use it in your studio. This is a slow side-to-side movement on a slider. And you can also put this slider next to you and have it go at an angle. You can have sliders to go up and down at a vertical at a certain percentage. And it just gives you a little bit of motion while you're having a discussion that can sometimes make things interesting. I think it looks really good. And I'm going to show you from the beginning to the end how this is set up. So let's start back at my desk. Here we are, okay? So I have this little switch right on my desk, and you can see it. It's a $50 PoE switch. I can run a few Osbots right on there, no problem. It's power over Ethernet. I currently have it on this blue Cat6 cable. The Cat6 cable goes onto the floor. It's about 160 feet. I can put it anywhere I want. And we can tell it goes right over to the adapter. This is the Osbot adapter. And it goes from the Cat6 into the adapter and USB-C into the back of the Osbot that we currently see right here. And this is set up, and I used to run my zve10 right on this. But then I changed my mind, let me try the Osbot on there, and it looked really good. And here's my zve10 with a wireless HDMI unit, the Hollyland 300 Pro. And that's what used to live back there on this tripod, on the slider. And this is another way to use it, and I really like the way it looks. So Osbot sent me a little discount code, so I'm going to put that in the description of the video down below. So if you decide to use that, yes, I do get a little commission and it will help support the channel. But if you use it, I just want to say I really appreciate it, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. Thank you. Just like maybe giving a little thumbs up wouldn't cost you anything extra either. I'm just saying. Besides the slider, I have a C-stand back here. And the great thing about a C-stand is that you can basically put it anywhere. I'll put the link in for this C-stand. It's great. It goes like 10 feet up in the air. And it's really effective for this Osbot setup. I can basically put this anywhere at any angle, hanging upside down. And I'm going to show you, and we could take a look at this. I'll drop this down, and then I'll take this off. And I could just put it right into this clamp, and it's set. Boom, boom, boom. The USB-C cable. Okay, that looks pretty straight. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this C-stand up. There she is mounted right there. And it's pretty close to the ceiling. Let's see what kind of look this gives us. Okay, so in this picture, we are about over 7 feet up in the air with the Osbot. and it's hanging from a C-stand. This is the image that you get, and I think it looks great, and you get to still use your preset positions. So this would be P1 that I'm in right now, which is a little bit zoomed in and angled. And if I wanted to address something and come in closer, show you my software here. And then what's great is I have these controls in vMix built in, and so I can use the PTZ and the presets right here and the tracking. So that's what I'm using right now. And if I wanted to show something else, like say my overhead, and you could see my cameras that are on my monitor, and then this is my overhead camera, which takes a picture of my desktop. And I can go right back to the beginning of my picture the way I liked it. But also, the great thing is I could just turn on human tracking right now, knowing that, like, say, if I had a wireless mic, I was gonna get up and show you something, I could turn on the human tracking and then have it follow me over to here and say, oh, look it, this is my softbox that I use for the lighting. My speakers are here. And then it will follow me back over to where I'm sitting down. And then I would hit that P1 position just to center myself the way I like it. And that's it. So that's fantastic. What I'm showing you is the overhead upside down on a C-stand. So another cool way I have the camera set up in front of me behind my monitor is on a little shelf back there. So I'm going to show you exactly how this is set up. Red cable that you see here goes to the adapter, which is right back there, and then goes right to the camera that I have built on to a little shelf back here for my Osbot, my zve10, and my face cam. And that's how that works. And this is my streaming software, vMix. My main objective is to see if we can use the Osbot Tail Air as your studio cameras and see if it helps you out at all. See if it helps you make a decision if this camera is your type of camera that you're looking for. So this is what I hear people probably saying right now is, well, this camera is expensive with the camera itself. Then I get the adapter for the Ethernet. Then I have to get the NDI license. It's like, I feel like I'm being nickel and dimed. At $700, I still think you're getting a lot for what you can use this camera for. And the key thing is here is, do you need all these things? And if you see yourself using a bunch of these things, the NDI itself is a lifesaver. It makes things really simplistic. Any of your streaming softwares, be it Ecamm, vMix, OBS, and it just does a great job. Now just think about what a camera would cost for the camera itself, then the lens. If you want to go wireless, then you got to buy an HDMI wireless setup so you can send the signal to your cam link or whatever you might be using to connect your camera. All that is going to cost much more than this Osbot setup with the other tools involved. And then the big deal is that no one wants to talk about is the time saved. You're talking about a lot of time that people spend and get frustrated and give up. And when you have something like this camera with the software, for the average user or even mid-level user, this is gonna be a time saver for you. And so this is why I think these things are worth it. And also, I think the picture quality, definitely there enough to be used like this. Now, is it as good as one of my crop sensor cameras? No, but you know what? In the end, it's not gonna make the difference, because if you're not gonna make the content and you're not gonna get it out, then what is it worth in the long run? So this is gonna help a lot of people reach those goals. So I hope you see that when I'm talking about all this stuff. So if you think the Osbot Tail Air's image quality is good enough to be used in a studio, let me know, leave a comment down below. I'll catch you on the next video.